DD India correspondent Amritpal Singh is also joining us from Israel. Amrit, it is the 11th day of the war. Do we see any signs of the war ending anytime soon, or could it further escalate?
Well, there are no question of the war ending anytime soon. I say that basically because both sides are taking maximalist positions. Yesterday, there emerged reports that there could be the possibility of a ceasefire or a window of ceasefire. No less than the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, within minutes took to Twitter and issued a statement. Their Prime Minister's office issued a statement saying there is no ceasefire, there will be no ceasefire. Hamas took a similar position saying there is no question of a ceasefire. Basically, both sides are taking maximalist positions. As you rightly say that the war today enters the 11th day, and the situation becomes grimmer and graver by the day. Israel continued to pound targets within the Gaza Strip, though they claim they are hitting only Hamas bases, and but the civilian casualties clearly point that the civilians are paying the price for it, whether they are collateral damage or they are being directly hit, as Hamas alleges. We can't vouch for that because truth is always the first casualty in war. Both sides have different narratives, but both sides are not backing down. So it looks like it is a protracted war which will go on. The question is, will Israel go in for a ground attack? Because that changes the the scenario completely. Because then civilian casualties will go very high. They have amassed huge number of tanks, RT guns, etc. on the border with the Gaza Strip. The question is, will they do it? And if they decide to do it, will they? When would they do it? So those questions remain unanswered. My sense is, unless they have specific information, they wouldn't want to go in, because if they go, there are about 2.4 million Gazans living, civilians living in Gaza, and the Hamas guerrillas or Hamas fighters are just about 25,000. So how do you identify them? And in the process of that, what if they use civilians as human shields? So how will you justify your operations then when the count of the civilian deaths go very high? Not that they care much, but then they stand to lose the international sympathy that is with them so far.
All right, Amrit, also Antony Blinken was in Tel Aviv on Monday, and he has also announced that Joe Biden, US President, will be landing in Israel on Wednesday. Let us know more about the diplomatic efforts.
Well, diplomatic efforts are on. You're right, Antony Blinken visited Tel Aviv for the second time in the past 5 days. And, he was here last Thursday. Then he was here yesterday. He met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. There are reports that President Biden could come here, though neither the White House nor the Israeli Foreign Office has confirmed. There are also reports that German Chancellor may visit, Israel in the coming days. So hectic diplomacy is on. UN is trying its best, but the question is that will both sides listen? Hamas is, anyway they don't talk to Hamas. Will Hamas listen? Hamas, given the support Hamas has from the quarters in the Islamic world, certain quarters in the Islamic world, and the conditional, basically from Iran, and the conditional support that it has from the rest of the Arab countries, it is a protracted negotiation that will have to take place. I think the Israeli strategy would be to cause as much damage to Hamas as they can before they even start looking at any kind of withdrawal or stopping or lessening or looking at ceasefire. So diplomacy is on full steam, but how much will it yield is the question.